Hi there everyone, how are y'all doing? I'm doing fantastic. I am super excited to talk about the newest Versace Eros flanker. This is called Versace Eros Najim. This is a Middle Eastern exclusive fragrance. How good is this fragrance? Lovely sprayer. So the smell of this fragrance, I have the dry down right here. Yep, I got this fragrance Eros Najim from Perfume Center. The moment I saw this fragrance, the tester available, I wanted to try this out, and here I am with the review. So this one, Eros Najim, contains caramel and Italian mandarin right at the top. Then the mid contains cardamom and oud, and the base contains incense, patchouli, and vetiver. So these are the notes. Now, what do I detect? From the opening, this one is a beautifully done caramel and mandarin orange combination. Yes, reminds me of few fragrances. For example, there is this fragrance that is from the house of Mauboussin. I've reviewed that fragrance, Mauboussin Pour Lui in Black. That one has this beautiful caramel mandarin combination. Also reminds me of Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal Porum. Yes, the Scandal one, the EDT one, reminds me of that caramel, that mandarin tone. So reminds me of those two fragrances. You can check out my reviews. I'll be dropping the links as well, but not a straight up similar fragrance. Okay, just reminds me of those fragrances. Eros Najim starts up with this caramelly mandarin citrusy tone mixing with this caramel. Beautifully done caramel. If you're into caramel and mandarin, you're going to enjoy this fragrance. Somehow also reminds me of other fragrances like Code Absolute, the mandarin orange that you get. This one also reminds me of Azaro Most Wanted, the EDP and the perfume mixed together. So there are many fragrances. Also, the Versace Eros DNA is there in the opening, but more like Eros Fire. Sorry, not Eros Fire, Eros Flame. More like Eros Flame, the red bottle. I've reviewed that fragrance. You can check out the review. More like Eros Flame. This is more like a nice flanker release of Eros Flanker with some twist. So Eros Najim, what I get is, as I told you, this caramelly sweet tone, this beautiful mandarin orange. Then this one actually showcases this slight bit of woodiness that is actually popping up quite nicely on my skin. This one actually, the woodiness pops up even more and more in the dry down, in the far dry down. This one showcases this slight bit of oud, but nothing skanky. Not like those Middle Eastern oud that you get, heavy oud, no. This is a Middle Eastern release, yes, but the oud in this one, I'm getting this Western type of oud. Nicely done, very mild. This is more woody, not oody. Okay, so the oud is very mild. You can say negligible, but it's there. There is this beautiful woody tone that pops up. This has this warm quality to it. Feels like there is this cinnamon and cardamom mixing together, giving you this warm, spicy tone. So this is a spicy, woody fragrance in the dry down, even in the far dry down. Yep. The starting is caramel heavy. The starting is aromatic. The cardamom is there. The mandarin orange fruitiness, citrusy tone is there. Slight bit of apple-like tone as well, but nothing too much. This is more like the mandarin and caramel combination. Okay. In the dry down and the far dry down, as I was telling you, more woody, more spicy, gives this warm type of feeling. Yes, the sweetness is there, but toned down compared to the other Eros fragrances. This is what I like about it. This is more on the spicy woodier side rather than extreme sweetness. The Eros EDT, EDP parfum, I get this extreme sweetness that I don't like. This one is nicely done. I'm liking it. I like the Eros Flame version. I'm liking this one as well. So toned down on the sweetness, amped up on the woodiness and this spiciness. So, yep, fairly simple smell, interesting smell in the opening. The beautiful combination of caramel and mandarin then starts to become woody, spicy. The cardamom, the cinnamon like tone, this warm, woody smell that comes out, beautifully done. Is it unique? I'm gonna say no. As I told you, this one reminds me of many different fragrances mixed together. Even the Eros DNA is there, the Eros Flame DNA is there, but this one is more woody, spicy. I'm liking it. So, yep, fairly simple smell, nothing complicated. I was actually kind of ominous that this is going to be very woody, very oud dominant, but thankfully it's not. So, this is what I like. I like the woody character of this fragrance, the spicy warm character of this fragrance. Overall, a nice fragrance, a nice release from Versace. You'll enjoy this when the weather is cooler, when the weather is toned down. So you can use this all year round, even in summer days when the weather is toned down. For example, nighttime, even in daytime when the weather is toned down. Performance-wise, performance I got around 5 to 6 hours and projection around 1.5 hours. So decent performance. I'm not complaining because in our hot humid condition this one was working really well for me. 5 hours of longevity and 1.5 hours of projection. So decent one. Will get you noticed, creates a nice central around you. Now this is a fragrance. I have to be straightforward. I'm not going to use this fragrance, but for the designer fragrance lovers out there, for the Eros lovers out there, you can try this fragrance out. Now, if I have to rank this fragrance as I was telling you, I'm gonna go with Eros Najim as my favorite, then Eros Flame as my second favorite, then I'm gonna go with the Eros EDP Parfum. So I really like the Eros Najim, and then the Eros Flame, and then the Eros EDP Parfum, even the Eros Energy. Yes, Eros Energy. I don't like the Eros Energy, too citrusy for me. So this is nice. So I talked about the smell and the performance, even my ranking about the Eros line. Now, occasion wise, I'm going to say occasion wise, this is a more winter based fragrance, spring, fall type of fragrance, fall, late fall, winter type of fragrance, has this warmness, sweetness, spicy tone, woody tone when the temperature is not that high. So, indoor situation, you can use this. A nice fragrance, overall, a nice fragrance, decent performer. The pricing conversion in US dollar, you'll find this fragrance in Bangladesh currently for around $90 to $105 for the tester and the full presentation, depending on the seller. The pricing of this one, the pricing is kind of high for a designer fragrance like Eros. To me personally, I feel like the pricing should be around $60 to $70. But that's just me. That's my take. If you're a lover of Eros, you can try this fragrance for the price that I mentioned. You can wait as well for the price to drop down. So a decent fragrance, good fragrance, a good release. As I told you, from the overall Versace Eros line, this is my favorite. Then the Eros Flame, and then the other Eros fragrances. So yep, a nice fragrance for me. Decent performer, decent smell. Now, what did I miss? I think I've covered each and every aspect of this fragrance. There is nothing left. So, yep, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time with another fragrance review. Do subscribe to my channel if you like my work. Take care, everyone. Peace.